Kaman ayong hapon sa tanan, Mr. Secretary. Okay. Approve sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Please do stand. The 129th regular session sa Guniang Pangsud Dakbayan sa Cagayan de Oro is now called to order. Please do stand. An invocation by Councilor George. Bira George. Booking. May hapon kanimo kun siya.
May hapon sa imo, Vice Mayor Kikang Uy, ug sa tanan 19 City Council. Manguros kita, sign of the cross, in the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Mahimayon nato namong amahan. Una sa tanan kami mangayo og pasaylo sa among mga kalapasan nga nahimo batok sa imong kabubuton ug ngadto sa among isig katawo. Salamat sa kahigayunan na imong gihatag kanamo, Lord, aron kami makahiusa, pagtuki o paghisgot sa mga plano para panghatag og tinuoray o kasing-kasing ang pagserbisyo ngadto sa imong katawhan nga among gialagaran. Amahan, padalipti kami sa tanan at katalagman niining panahona, ubani kami sa imong bendisyon nga makabangon ang among ekonomiya bisan taliwala sa laing hulga sa kasamok sa duha ka nasod. Ihatag kanamo ang kadasig sa pagpaningkamot nga ang matag usa muangat sa ilang mga panginabuhian alang sa ilang tagsa-tagsa kapamilya. Patagi kami Ginoo sa grasya sa pagpasulayan aron among makabuot ang kalinaw. Giyahi kami amahan aron ang among serbisyo nga gilauman sa katawhan mahimog mapuslanon. Ihatag kanamo ang kahayag ugma ug panaghiusa, pagsabot, pagtabang sa mga tao nagkahinanglan. Lord, kinitanan among ipangayo diha kanimong pinaagi sa imong bugtong anak nga pagkatao uban kanamo sa ngalan ni Hesus, buhi ug hari hantod sa kahangturan. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Councilor George Hugoking, and for the singing of our national anthem. And for the Cagayan de Oro March, Maayong hapon sa tanan, maayong hapon dakbayan. Maayong hapon to all who are present this afternoon's regular session. Maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Mr. Secretary, can you do the roll and determine if we do have a quorum?
Honorable Renier Joaquin, VOA, City Vice Mayor and Presiding Officer. For the First District Councilors, Honorable Edna Imdahino, Honorable J.R. Pascual, Honorable Roger G. Abaday, Honorable Saldi O. Ocon, Honorable George Is Goking, Honorable Ruben R. Daba, Honorable Lordan G. Swan, Honorable Romeo V. Calizo. For the Second District Councilors, Honorable Joylene Mercedes Elbalaba, Honorable Maria Lourdes Isgaani, Honorable Ayan Marquio Nakaya, Honorable Josette G. Magtahas Daba, Honorable Enrico D. Salcedo, Honorable Jocelyn B. Rodriguez, Honorable Edgar S. Cabanlas. For the ex-officio members, Honorable Yan Lam Islim, Liga ng mga Barangay President, and Honorable John Michael El Seno, City SK Federation President. There is quorum, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. So we do have a quorum. So we may now proceed. At this moment, Majority Floor Leader Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya. Maayong hapon kanimo Majority Floor. And you have the floor.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr. Chairman. Ug maayong hapon usab,
Maayong hapon.
and to our colleagues in the council who are wearing black, peach, red. Sure ka?
Pink.
Red.
So Councilor Girly Balaba is wearing pink.
No, red.
Red.
Good afternoon, Councilor Girly Balaba, who is wearing red. And friends from the media, fellow Cagayanons, maayong hapon.
Maayong hapon sa tanan.
I move to dispense with the reading of minutes of meeting on March 21, 2022, and to consider the furnishing of its copy to every member as the reading itself.
Properly moved by the Majority Floor Leader. Any second from the regular members? Seconded. Correction, is there any? Correction, is there any? There is none. Hearing none. It is hereby approved.
I likewise move for the approval of the said minutes of meeting.
For its finality. Seconded.
We have two members who would like to render the respective special reports, Mr. Chairman, on the rapid bus transit proposal of Councilor Ed Cabanlas and the traffic regulation at the diversion road in Puntod area by Councilor Roger Abaday. So Cabanlas and Abaday, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Ayan Mark Kiblat Nakaya, our first reporter. As scheduled, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Maayong hapon kanimo konsihan. Maayong hapon, you have the floor.
May hapon na palangga nga Vice Mayor. O mga membro sa konseho, katawhan sa Cagayan de Oro, may hapon sa tanan. Mr. Chairman, about 2 years ago, this representation rendered a special report, a proposal for a possible mass transport system in the city of Cagayan de Oro. Mass transport system. This is predicated by the future city of Cagayan de Oro. What will be the city of Cagayan de Oro 10 years, 20 years from now? Now, Mr. Chairman, we are envisioning that the city of Cagayan de Oro would be a metropolitan city few years from now. This is our game plan. And we are talking of the integration of several municipalities of Misamis Oriental and Bukidnon that would form part of the Metro Cagayan de Oro. This is what our Majority Floor Leader is talking about now. But I cannot imagine of a metropolitan city or of cosmopolitan city like Cagayan de Oro in the future without any mass transport system. A transport system that is efficient, on time, comfortable, and clean. Now, 2 years ago, as I said, I rendered a report, a special report, that following the footsteps of famous cities in the world, like Singapore, Hong Kong, cities in South America, in Australia, in Japan, they have this, one of their mass transport system is what we call now as the bus rapid transit. In modern cities, Mr. Chairman, bus rapid transit goes hand in hand with subway rail transport. Kanang mga nasa ilalom sa yuta, ilalom na sa mga building. Kita sa Manila, nanakitay LRT, MRT. In the Philippines, we have now this bus rapid transit in operation in Cebu City and in Manila. I think Davao City is also applying. So we sent a letter to the funding agencies for a possible feasibility study for a Metro Cagayan bus rapid transit. That was 2 years ago. I forgot about it, Mr. Chairman. I thought it was already forgotten, that nobody heard about our letter. But last Tuesday, our good Secretary Torx called me up around 9 o'clock in the evening, telling me that our letter or email to the Department of Transportation and Communication, DOTR, I will read the communication of Torx. This is the communication of Torx. According to Torx, he received an email
Okay.
report.
Sir Torx is our Secretary of the City Council.
City Council,
Ah,
yes.
okay.
He said na, sir, i-forward na ko ang email sa DOTR. I am reading now the text message of the DOTR. Hi, sir. This address to Torx. This is JM Macaranas from DOTR Road Sector. This is in relation po sa letter ng CDO BRT to DOTR. Can I call po? But before I think Torx was able to answer, there was another message saying, Swedish fund po is interested to discuss further a possible grant, not alone, but a grant. That means we don't have to spend a single centavo for a CDO BRT. Can we set a meeting po with CDO LGO and the Swedish fund, if ever you are interested? I think. Thank you. So, Swedish fund is like JICA fund. It's like USAID. Now, you don't have to pay for the feasibility study. We are talking about the feasibility study. And this was the answer of our secretary. Hello po, good evening po. Daghan ba po dani? Yes po.
Opo.
Di magunay po sa ato, basta marag kabalik ko. Hello po, good evening po. Yes po. It's really a welcome news for CDO LGO. I will relay this good news to the City Council. Thank you very much. Now, the answer again of the DOTR states that, thank you, sir. Let me know na lang po when we can set the meeting. Kano sa kita mag-meeting? Tubag ni Torx. Good morning, ma'am. This Monday, because this is also my instruction to Torx. This Monday, mag-create ang City Council ng technical committee for this purpose. I will just inform you once malaman ko na ang composition at kung sino ang contact person, chairperson ng committee. Thank you very much. The answer was, yes, maghintay lang. Okay. So, I think we should take advantage of this because wala matay gasto ani. Though, if we start now, I think if there will be some implementation, it will be 5 years from now, kaya daghan pa man buhaton. But I think we have to start now. So, Mr. Chairman, I would like to request the honorable body that we should create a body. I will not act as chairman. I will just be a member. So, I think I will leave that discretion to the honorable presiding officer to appoint the chairman and the technical and the members. And I would like to request further that a person from an official from the executive department should also be a member of this team. This is just an exploratory talk with Swedish Fund. There will be no commitment. Automatic lang ta. Ang ako muna atong plano, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, for the very interesting and exciting special report of yours this afternoon. So any comment or opinion from our members? Since there is none. So we have just to wait for the proper composition. Maybe, or so, well, since we are involving the chief executive's office, so maybe we can, how can we adapt or, okay, Councilor.
Can we suspend the rules to allow our secretary? Kaya doon nag-isulti ni Motors nga itong buhaton.
Okay, as we.
Move to suspend the rules so that
Okay. For the suspension, any second? Seconded, the suspension of.
Yes, good afternoon,
parliamentary
Mr.
rules
Chair
of procedure.
and the members of the sitting Gundi Ampang Lungsod. I was exploring the idea of including in the technical committee the city planning office, city planning and development office, and the roads and traffic administration. Probably we can tap the expertise of Engineer Oclarit and as well also as staff of the CPDO on this aspect.
So maybe for the composition, we must have to involve also the DPWH, since we are, especially that
Yes, Mr.
for
Chairman.
the planning purposes, for that when we traverse the national highway, there could be Minda also. So for the composition as well, so we have to, I think we have to be very careful for the technicalities and so as to the composition itself. So maybe at the proper time. Okay, majority floor.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, if there is an urgency, considering that a grant, if it is supposed to be a grant to the city of Cagayan de Oro. Sorry, I just had my coffee. And if the grant not be given due to lack of the appropriate time to respond to the communication, Mr. Chairman, and considering that we are all engaged in our activities, I would highly suggest that the city secretary would oversee the entire TWG discussion, and we seek the office of the city mayor, the city administrator, and the entire machinery of the executive to lead the deliberation, Mr. Chairman. But if there is still time, a month's time, Mr. Chairman, after the election, probably Councilor Cabanlas can lead the committee, or anyone who would like to serve as the chair of this technical working group for the feasibility study that is supposed to be considered. And considering that it is a mass transit, Mr. Chairman, it is a interprovincial route. And therefore, we need the assistance of NEDA, DPWH, as mentioned by the presiding chair, Mindanao Development Authority, the DOTR, local, regional, Mr. Chairman, so that any and all plans that are already available and existing pursuant to the plan of the Philippine Development Plan of President Digong can be available during the committee discussion. So that we should not limit our parameters within Cagayan de Oro only, because this is inter-provincial. In fact, it's more than even regional. It's an island-wise undertaking. Because if a foreign grant will be provided for the city, it would not only consider investing in the locality, but it would invest in the entire development of the island, and maybe perhaps routes from and between Butuan, Davao, Bukidnon, Surigao, Mr. Chairman. So that would be my proposal.
Okay, thank you, Majority Floor. Okay, Councilor Edna Marban Dahino.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Good
May
afternoon to my fellow councilors. Mr. Chairman, I would like to suggest, in addition to the majority floor leader, I think since he is the chairman of the planning and development, and I would say that he will be the one to oversee the TWG, because as to align all the development in the city, Mr. Chairman, siya man ang chairman. So with that, all the development in the city, so mo lang siya, mo drive lang siya, Mr. Chairman. And I think the person who can do the job is no other than Councilor Ayan Mark Nakay, our majority floor leader. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edna Marban Dahino. So, okay, so, well, there is a, well, we have to proceed. But at this moment, well, for the composition of the working group, as well as the composition for crafting, maybe I will refer this for the composition of this group, and so as to wait for the decision of the chief executive as well. Maybe the good special reporter, maybe since you are waiving your capacity as to be a chairman of this project, maybe the city, the planning committee chaired by the majority floor leader, as well as, and so as other, will have to craft for the composition as well. And so the stakeholders of this program, maybe we can have give enough time or to talk about it, to deliberate about it, this matter, and so as to discuss for the other branch of the government, one of the pillars of the government, which is the chief executive as well. So I will refer this matter to our chairman committee on planning, chaired by our majority floor leader, Ayan Markiblat Nakaya, majority floor. Okay,
Accepted,
so,
Mr. Chairman.
so there is a green light. So thank you, majority floor leader. And so as the special reporter for the exciting and ambitious special report, no? Very good. Bring good and glory to Cagayan de Oro City. Thank you for the special reporter, Councilor Edgar Cabandas. Okay, refer it to majority floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So our second reporter, is
Councilor
there any?
Abaday.
Is there any? Okay, Councilor Roger Abaday, our second reporter this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer,
Proceed.
Majority Floor, and members of the 19th City Council. Of course, people who are following us today online, and all those who are present, Trimedia, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Now, my report is about the opening of the roadway, diversion road from Gusa o Agora, passing Agora, Puntod, Kaswagan Bridge, then to Bulwa, no? Kaswagan. Now, we are happy for this opening of the road, Magiana. But lo and behold, surprisingly, the highway is only allowed to pass ang six-wheelers up vehicles. Ang makaagi lang kana mga dalan. So, the reason why this diversion road was planned and built because of the problem of traffic congestion from Bugo down to the central portion of the city. Muling mo sa unta maka-decongest. So, as if there is no changes at all, Mr. Chairman and my colleagues, no? So, who planned this opening, Mr. Chairman? Who planned this traffic route, Mr. Chairman? So many commuters are complaining. Even motorcycle cannot pass there, and they will be apprehended by our RTA. So I'm asking if is there really already ordinance on this matter? Ano ba yung ordinansa nga pwede na ang mga dakop, allowed sila mandakop ining mga RTA, Mr. Chairman? Just a minute. So, as if the implementer are indiscriminately just impose this plan, Mr. Chairman, without proper consultation to the stakeholders. For example, the chief executive must be informed about this matter, Mr. Chairman, and my colleagues. So I am asking, Mr. Chairman, the RTA, kaya sila man kapandakop, what is their reason behind why is it that they are implementing this traffic plan, Mr. Chairman? So I am recommending, Mr. Chairman, this probably, Mr. Chairman, to the traffic committee chair in order to resolve this matter, Mr. Chairman, because many are complaining, and we are after, Mr. Chairman, of the solution of our traffic problem in Cagayan de Oro. So I hope that traffic committee chair will call all this, especially the RTA, Mr. Chairman, so that we will find solution and we will resolve the complaints of most of the stakeholder, Mr. Chairman, who want to use this road as diversion road, Mr. Chairman, to and fro Cagayan de Oro, Mr. Chairman. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Roger Abaday, for your report this afternoon. So maybe as wished by the reporter, before I rule it out, there is any other opinion or any recommendation or any ideas about the complaint? Well, there is none. So I think it is heard clearly by the committee chairman on roads and traffic, chaired by numero 8, Councilor Romeo the Sweetness Calizo. Okay, 8, okay. Okay, it is said clearly, this matter, this complaint will be referred to the proper committee chaired by Councilor Romeo Calizo. Thank you for the report, Councilor Roger Abaday.
Before we proceed, I understand
Okay.
that there was a motion earlier by Councilor Cabanlas to suspend the rules. Is that right? May I move, Mr. Chairman, to reconsider the motion so that all the discussions earlier will be recorded, and the report of Councilor Roger Abaday will also be recorded. Considering that we are on hold, we forgot to raise. Return to the,
Anyway,
proceeding.
majority, maybe the special reporter is waiving the for the composition as well, that we have to wait for the opinion also. I think the opinion also for the chief executive. Is it okay? So that we will now proceed, and then
So we lift now, Mr. Chairman, the suspension of the rules, and
It's okay?
to put on record all the things we have discussed earlier.
so maybe we now proceed no majority.
Oo.
It's okay for Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, and we will talk it over after. So maybe we will now proceed to the
Okay,
agenda proper.
sige.
Maybe.
Mr.
And so as
Secretary.
to discuss it more further, the report of Councilor Roger Abaday.
Mm.
And
As well as the proceedings is returned to the regular course. Okay, thank you. So-
after the regular session, maybe we can discuss it more further about this
Okay.
matter. Since we have given enough time. Okay lang? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, majority, for your understanding, and so as the consideration as well. I mean, from our very own Secretary Arturo de San Miguel, and so as our majority floor leader, Ian Mark Kiblat na kaya. Sinabtanon gini si majority floor. No? Oh,
Wala, nakakita mo
Angay
ni
gini,
Councilor Cabanlas, Mr. Chairman.
angay gini kuan baka
Kada kayang barong ba?
ma-re-elect ba kay masinabtanon kayo. Majority floor leader, number 22 pa. Anyway, we will now proceed, majority floor leader, Ian Mark Kiblat na kaya, for our agenda proper.
Part of the record is the rest of Councilor Gurley,
Councilor Gurley, wala ba?
particularly the color red. Anyway, on item 1, Mr. Chairman, is proposed ordinance number 2022-33 for second final reading, prescribing the ground rules for cancellation of awards granted to beneficiaries, their substitution, and rules and procedures of the cancellation of awards in all socialized housing projects owned and managed by the city government and for other purposes. Author Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, move for its second and final reading, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader, and a second. Okay, seconded, and then, okay. Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, mayong hapon kanimo.
Thank you very much again, Mr. Chairman. I am recommending for further amendment to some amendments to the final draft of our ordinance. Now, section 6, paragraph A, instead of 3 months, 3 months ba na sa inyo dyan? Ha? Oh, 9. Line 93, yes, correct. Instead of 3 months, it should be 1 year. Because of the request of Councilor Rodriguez, which I think is, that was what she said, she proposed before, and this was not reflected in the final draft. So we will now reflect in our final copy. And then line 97, failure to pay for 1 year should be failure to pay for 2 years. After all, this is a government program, and we should be a little bit lenient. So instead of 1 year, why not 2 years? Turks, okay na? Okay. And then in section 9, line number 132, 133, the president of the homeowners association or his authorized designee shall automatically act as observer, not observer, should automatically act as active voting member. That's all, Mr. Chairman. Okay.
Okay.
Upon also the request of Councilor
Okay.
Rodriguez, because that was what she said, she proposed before.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's all, Councilor Edgar
That's all, that's
Cabalas?
all. This
Okay,
was
thank
the
you.
original proposal which were not reflected
Okay.
in the final draft.
Okay, there is a motion for amendment. Any, well, the author as well, so there could be a friendly amendment, but we already approved it in the first reading. So there is an amendment, motion. So we have to, as our rule, as any motion or amendment, any second? Seconded. Objection? Objection. There is none. Hearing none for an amendment. Properly moved and seconded. Ordinance number 2022-32 is amended. So there is a pending. There is a pending proposal, motion for approval of the said ordinance number 2022-32, properly moved and seconded as amended. Objection. Objection. Okay, Councilor Edna Magbandahino.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And in paralegal section, Mr. Chairman, letter B, as line
number.
116,
Line,
line 116. Katong 6 staff members who shall come from personnel of CHUD to be designated as CHUD department head. Can you clarify this? Di kay na po masabtan. Because again, I kanang mabalaka ko, Mr. Chairman, if tanan ang decision would come from the CHUD personnel. There should be somebody outside from that office in which that kanabang mahimo siyang kanang mag, di ba? Because we might, this is the same kay 6 in the CHUD. So we do not know, Mr. Chairman, if there is something na ay mga hocus-pocus. I did not sing na, Mr. Chairman, but we have to anticipate this, Mr. Chairman. So I think we have to have one or two members from the other department, Mr. Chairman, to ensure that there is balance and there is a kumbaga na check and balance, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
okay, thank you, Councilor Edna Magbandahino. Okay, Councilor John Michael Seno, ayong hapon kanimo.
Nga po, our presiding officers, members of the 19 City Council, friends from Nabinda and fellow Cagayanos. I have the same manifestation as regards to the under section 116, line 116 of section 7, paragraph B. Can we have, if it is okay with the author, Mr. Chairman, instead of 6 staff members, can we have it 3? And 3 coming from the non-government organizations, President of Homeowners Association, and the interfaith, para na i-balance, Mr. Chairman. Kaya I have the same mga pangunahuna nga basin abusuhan po. Ato ang at least plaster na the same with the City Scholarship nga board. They have these members from CHED, DepEd, so wala gid dani mismo sa sulod lang mismo sa usa ka opisina. Kaya for me, Mr. Chairman, the one that was given the authority to distribute these houses is the CHUD, pero sila ra pud ang pwede mo kuha. Sila ang nag-award, sila ra pud ang mo kanselar. Can we have it if that's okay with the author, Mr. Chairman? 3 from the office of CHUD, 3 outside of the office of the CHUD. 1 member is from the national NGO, the Homeowners Association president, and the member, 1 member for the interfaith, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Councilor John Michael Seno. Okay, Councilor Joylene Mercedes Balaba.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. Thank you. I have to make my differing opinion regarding this composition of the paralegal section, because section 8, the duties and functions is only to kanibitang inventory, it's purely paperwork. So kung butangan pa nato og lain nga from any department, ang bureaucracy magud mas madugay na hinuon siya. Imbis na gani nga gipa 3 months gibutangan nato og allowance for 1 year kay tagaan nato og ano, pero kung naapay lain from office, ang mas madugay na hinuon ang pag inventory. Kay ato adiha kung wala na puy-an ang isa ka unit in 1 year, 3 months man unta to, in 1 year, pwede na nato siya unta ihatag sa katong uban nga nagahulat. Kung napay kining this is purely should na function man gud ning grant sa housing. Kung I hope na Councilor Seno na kuha sa nimo ang point nga kung laing departments ibutang pa diha, mas madugay na hinuon. Thank you.
That could be a very observant for an opinion. Well, the more department is involved, or the more person is involved, the more complication that the more complication the decision made, the more complication the decision will be made. So maybe I think as I understand by by Councilor Joylene Mercedes Balaba, I think the number alone for 1 year, that could be good enough for the decision that maybe the department or the board will decide upon to. So, well, anyway, let me do it this way. Well, it's upon the author as well, but I could be maybe okay. Before we will give it to Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. Okay, Councilor Edna Dahino, there is want to add something about this
Okay,
ordinance.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. Once again, good afternoon. Mr. Chairman, the view of Councilor Balaba it's okay. But again, because tanan na lang sila nasa tune, I can see something kung yes, malangan, but kung magdali sabta, if that is wrong way to do it, then I prefer nga malangan na lang gamay just to do it right, Mr. Chairman. So that is why I strongly support the idea also of Councilor Seno, because again, if kung inana ang dating ang naay pagkalangan, so why cannot we put that on the ordinance to have a time frame? I think that would be okay. There should be a time frame, kay kung malangan lang ang atong itanaw nga idea without making a time frame for it, then pwede lang anybody nga kanusalan sila maganahan. Then ang 1 year makonsume na lang sa pagtanga-tanga. So I think that would be kanang na time frame, Mr. Chairman. And again, the HOA, the Homeowners Association President, or whoever can say kanang capable to see that problem na ay fairness, Mr. Chairman. We are saying here fairness, Mr. Chairman. Kay kung sila lang tanan wala masayod nga na ay mga onya ginagmay nga di nato makita. So I think that would be okay as long as there should be a time frame to how many days or weeks in time kung na ay mga problema, just to see the problem and make a decision fast. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Edna Magban Dahino. Well, maybe well, for the time frame, is it not enough for a 1 year or 12 months about that given by the amendment coming from the author as well. Well, lastly, okay, Councilor Edgar. Okay, before we proceed, okay, Councilor Jocelyn Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, fellow councilors. I go for Councilor Balaba because it is very clear. The ordinance is very clear. 1 year, within 1 year, you will know what's going to happen. So kung daghan man good, it's going to be a committee na. So for me, kung naay mga problema along the way, for example, 1 year, wala diha maka-occupy, you will know in 6 months. Nga dili, wala na yung nagpuyo, so that can be decided upon immediately. So ang ako, Mr. Chair, if daghan kayo ma-involve ani, it will take time. Sakto si Councilor Balaba. It will take time. Nga ang ordinance is very clear. Very clear ang ordinance. So we will just have, I guess for me, sakto na to. Ang ato, kay mabawaan na magyud nato og kinsa ni violate. In 6 months, bawaan na nimo. In 3 months, bawaan na nimo. So that you can decide in 1 year kinsa imong ilisan or kinsa inyong ipakuan. So let's give enough time, no, na gamay lang sila para paspasan ang desisyon. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Jocelyn Rodriguez. Maybe, all of us, we have a good intention so as to maybe there could be, let me put it this way, that this could be maybe a friendly amendment coming from the author itself. So we have to discuss it and decide it to the author itself. Councilor Edgar Cabanlas, there could be a friendly one. Anyway, your opinion is
Yes, everybody's opinion.
good for everybody as well as for the composition and so as for the implementation of this ordinance. Thank you for it. Okay, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
Now, actually, Section 7, kining 6 staff members, kini siya actually, nganong unong kini sila, dili kay mo ni sila ang mag-decide. Ang department head will appoint any one of them who shall act as hearing officer. Nganong unom kay basin og daghan ang kaso lain-lain ng mga homeowners association involved, so munang gidaghan sila unom. Kung kanang usara ang appoint ani as hearing officer, but the hearing officer will be assisted by the president of the homeowners association in the decision. Mo kanang niya dinhi sa Section 9, no. So duha sila na ang hearing officer plus the homeowners association gituyo na kay lagi kay aron nga wa man lagi telain nga balaod nga masaligan ani ato-ato ra man ni. So we are starting to do it and let us observe, mabantiyan ta man ni. Then later on kung panalitan na maka-obserbar kita, we have the right to, of course, ang atong function, doon na kita oversight function, kung makita na ito nga na problema later on, then ato kining i-amendar. Pero for the purpose of speeding up the resolution of this 1,000 karon nga mga housing units nga wala ti man na para mahatag na to sa naghulat dia, nasa bakba gid sa kan sing hilak. So una nga ato kanang gihimo. But later on, I think we can add if nakita na to nga dili functional ang maong nga set up. Actually usara daning usara ang appoint na hearing officer. Duha din sila kinadugangan man nato sa homeowners association president. Sila ang duha mag-decide. But their decision will be subject to the approval of the department head. That will be reviewed and also by the mayor. That will be reviewed.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas. I think it is heard clearly by all the members as well as for the proponent as the author itself. So, well, we have to decide for the urgency of this ordinance, and then the author itself is open for any innovations or amendment coming from the respective department, especially for the City Housing Urban Development Department, and so as the composition itself for this ordinance. So anyway, just an opinion coming from our good fellow councilmen and women, especially Councilor Edna Dahino and so as Councilor Jocelyn Rodriguez. Your intention is for the betterment of everybody and so as to the beneficiaries as well as to the resettlement beneficiaries. So there is a pending ordinance number 2022-32 as amended, properly moved and seconded. Any objection? Any objection? There is none. There is none. Ordinance number 2022-32 as amended. Since there is no objection, I think it is already approved.
Congratulations to Councilor Ed Cabanlas. Number
Congratulations, Councilor Edgar Cabanlas.
number 10.
And
Number omnibus motion, Mr. Chairman, for numbers 2 to 4.
but it's for its finality.
Yes, we have already that second and final reading.
Okay. Majority floor, you may now proceed.
Thank you. 2 to 4, Mr. Chairman, as omnibus motion, proposed resolution number 2022-74, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 4, the city, its ordinance number 001, series of 2022. 3, proposed resolution number 2022-75, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 13, the city, its ordinance number 001. 4, proposed resolution number 2022-76, returning to the Barangay Council of Barangay number 32, the city, its ordinance number 002, series of 2021, covering the respective annual budgets for calendar year 2022 with estimated incomes with the information that said ordinances are operative in their entirety. Move for the approval of items 2, 3, 4, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved, the majority floor leader, and a second. Omnibus proposal, seconded. Properly moved and seconded. Resolution number 2022-74. Resolution number 2022-75. Resolution number 2022-76. Properly moved and seconded. Objection, is there any? Objection, is there any? Hearing none. Hearing none. It is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality, seconded. For its finality.
Number 5 is proposed resolution number 2022-77, approving and or adopting the provincial foreshore development and management plan of the city of Cagayan de Oro for 2018 to 2023. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved and seconded. Objection? Objection? There is none. Hearing none. Resolution number 2022-77 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality. Seconded.
Number 6 is proposed ordinance number 2022-34, approving the alteration of plan of a portion of Monte Cielo Heights subdivision project located in Barangay Tablon, the city, with a total affected area of 7,211 square meters, as applied for by the Leo Hand Realty and Development Corporation, represented by Mr. Frederick Mark O, subject to the herein conditions, and for this purpose amending ordinance number 12357-2012. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader and seconded. Objection? Objection? None. Hearing none. Ordinance number 2022-34 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality. Seconded.
Number 7 is proposed ordinance number 2022-35, approving the preliminary subdivision development plan of Westwoods Stories residential condominium project located in Barangay Carmen City with an area of 233,533 square meters, generating 7 residential condominium buildings containing 1,228 units under PD 957 as applied for by the Pueblo de Oro Development Corporation, represented by its Vice President and General Manager, Engineer Chrysler B. Asibo, subject to the conditions imposed by the City Engineering Office, City Housing and Urban Development Department, and the City Housing Board. Move for this approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader. Any second? Seconded. Ordinance number 2022-35. Any objection? Is there any objection? None. Hearing none. Ordinance number 2022-35 is hereby approved. Is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense for its finality.
Number 8 is proposed ordinance number 2022-36, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno to enter into and sign the memorandum of agreement, MOA, with the Bureau of Fire Protection, BFP, represented by the District Fire Director of Cagayan de Oro City, Fire Chief Senior. Ano siya ng NP? Inspector I man siguro ni, di man NP siguro. Roel G. Bacasnot, covering the collaboration of the parties in the implementation of Section 11, Rule 9 of the Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Republic Act number 11032, which mandates the local government units as collecting agent of the fire safety, inspection fees, and other fire code related fees for remittance to BFP under the terms and conditions stipulated in the MOA attached here to. Move for its approval, Mr. Chairman.
Properly moved by the majority floor leader and seconded. Objection? Objection? None? None. Hearing none. Ordinance number 2022-36 is hereby approved.
Move to dispense second final reading.
Dispense. Seconded.
We only have one for inclusion. Move for its inclusion, Mr. Chairman.
For inclusion, any second? Seconded. You may now proceed, majority floor leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Number 9 is proposed ordinance number 2022-37, authorizing the Honorable City Mayor Oscar S. Moreno to file the petition before the Regional Trial Court, RTC, of Misamis Oriental for the reconstitution of 4 lost and land titles, namely 1 transfer certificate title number T-117921, transfer certificate number title number T-116739, 3 transfer certificate title number T-14367, and 4 transfer certificate of title number T-185083, all in the name of the city government of to dispense second final reading, Mr. Chairman.
For its penalty and seconded.
There being no other pending, Mr. Chairman, move to adjourn.
Session adjourned.